Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Keith Reed. Welcome to a new installment of 5 Minutes on Worship. Today's topic is developing team culture. How do we do it? All right, so if you don't understand what I'm talking about when I talk about developing team culture is where you get the buy-in of the team that you're leading. So if you are a worship leader, this video is for you today. If you are a musician, if you are a vocalist that is a part of a team, this video is still for you today because it'll give you some tips on what you should be looking for your leader to do. All right, so do me a favor before we jump into the discussion. Like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you already haven't. All right, so let's dive right on in. So when we talk about developing team culture, I don't know if any of you have ever read any leadership material, but one of the things that you will find out when it comes to leadership development is that anytime you are set before a team of people, you always have the opportunity to either, John Maxwell explains it this way, you either have the opportunity to increase the change in your pocket or decrease the change in your pocket. I'm paraphrasing right now. But he talks about that every leader starts out with a certain amount of change, and then based on your decisions and how you go about doing things, you either increase the value of the change and get more buy-in from your people who you are leading, or you decrease the amount of change and then you get less buy-in from the people who are following you. And as the leader, you want to actually be someone who has the heart of your people, so that when you make mistakes, they will be able to forgive and allow you to be the leader who you are destined to be. So here are a couple of quick tips that I want to share to help develop team culture. One is to learn how to say these words. I'm sorry, please forgive me. All right, that is so important, because there are going to be times, again, like I said, that you mess up, and you want to make sure that if you have done something, you want to say, I'm sorry, please forgive me. That is both leader and team member, because what happens is you're showing your vulnerability, you are allowing each other to get to know each other, get to know your quirks, all those different things. So if you say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you with the love of the Lord. If you say those things, that will definitely allow you guys to build a solid foundation of relationship. And remember, relationship is key. Number 2, schedule activities outside of the music team to do so that you can actually develop community. Developing community is going to be very important, especially if you're part of a smaller congregation. Being someone who was part of a large congregation at one point in time, one of the things that I learned was that you become larger as you get smaller. And that's one of the concepts that is actually used to help build up small groups, or cell groups as many churches call them. So what happens in congregations that are smaller, usually the ministry itself is that small group. And so what you want to do, develop community amongst one another. Check on each other. Say, are you having a good day this week? If somebody's having surgery or different things like that, go visit them. Make sure that they have a sense of, my brothers and my sisters in this music team care about who I am, not just about my gift. So one, like I said, you want to definitely say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you. Those will be some of the most important words you ever say to your people. Second thing, like I said, develop community within the ministry itself. All right, so those are 2 tips that if you take those and run with them, I promise you, you will see a increase in the fellowship of the people who you're leading and those who are following leaders. If your leaders do that, I promise you, you will be more encouraged to engage and to follow them wherever God is leading them to go. So again, my name is Keith Reed. This has been 5 Minutes on Worship. Again, please make sure to like the video or subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you again, and we'll be back next week with some more tips for worship leaders as we help you to learn how to minister in excellence.